So today's video is all about the DJI Mini 4 Pro and how to hand launch and hand catch the drone. That's what it's all about. Let's do this. So hello and welcome once again to the channel, and as I just said, today's video is all about hand catching and hand launching the Mini 4 Pro and other drones as well. Now, there's a couple of things that you have to consider before you attempt this maneuver. It's quite safe as long as you do it the way I tell you to do it. Most of you, or some of you, will probably know how to do it and quite confident in doing this particular maneuver. However, I have had one or two people reach out to me over the last few months watching my videos and saying, you know, how do you catch and how do you hand launch the drone? And like I say, that's what today's video is all about. So I thought we'd just go through a few pointers before we start. So you can see on the screen, the first thing that you need to make sure is you've got enough satellites. And as you can see on my screen, there's 26 satellites on there at the moment. And the reason for this is because if you used to take off before, the GPS won't be locked on the drone, and there could be a tendency when it takes off to drift either way, backwards or forwards, and it could come and hit you in the face. So you do have to make sure that you've got a good GPS lock. The second thing as well is how you actually hold the drone, okay? Now, I see so many people take off like this with a hand flat and the drone on. But the only problem with this is it has a tendency when it starts up and it starts to take off that it can actually wobble out of your hands. And it could fall off to one side and crash on the floor and cause yourself some damage. So the method that I use, and I've been using now for many, many years, is the grip, which is a couple of fingers on that side. You can get 3 if you've got small fingers, and 1 on the other side, the thumb. So the thumb and two grips. That's the grip that I use, okay? You might want to do it with a flat hand. That's entirely up to you. I wouldn't recommend it because, like I say, there is a tendency for that drone to fall off your hand and hit the floor, or worse still, come back and hit you in the face. So there's a couple of methods of taking off. One is manually and one is automatically with the auto takeoff. Now the thing is with the manual takeoff is that you have to use 2 hands to basically move the sticks, because you need to move the sticks inwards. But the way I do it is like this. So what I do is I pull the first stick in and downwards, and the second one I use my hand and I just pull it that way. Okay, it's as simple as that. And all that will do is it will start the props. It won't take off, it will just start the props. And then what we need to do is we need to press upwards on the left joystick and just keep a firm grip until you feel it start to take off. And it's as simple as that. It really is. I'll just move the drone out of the way so you can hear me a little bit better. It's as simple as that. Okay, now one other thing that you need to remember is hand catching, and that's a different thing. Okay, so you're flying out and you're coming back towards yourself. I'll try and simulate it for you. Get it so the drone is coming towards me, as you can tell on the screen. Now what you have to remember is when you're flying towards yourself that your controls on the remote controller will be reversed. So if I move my right stick to the left, you'll see that the drone moves to the right. That's if you're looking at it. On screen it looks like it's moving left. Okay, same thing, I'm moving it now to the right, and it is actually going to the right, but looking at the drone it's actually going the opposite way. So the best thing to do is when you're coming into land is get it above you. Then once it's above you, what you need to do then is make sure that the orientation is the same way it's facing when you took off. That way you're not going to get confused with the sticks, okay? So if I now move to the left, it's coming towards me. and move backwards slightly. Hopefully we're going to get this in the shot. Now you can see and hear the obstacle avoidance is working. So if I put my hand out to land the drone, basically what it's going to do, I'll bring it this way slightly, try and get it in shot. Turn the camera around, that's better. Basically what it's going to do, it's going to want to lift up. If I go towards to catch it, you can see it's moved up out the way. And if I want to bring it down and land in my hand, hold your hand flat. Now, 9 times out of 10, it won't do anything because the obstacle avoidance is telling me that there's something there, okay? Like me, I'm a big guy and it's seeing me, if you can hear it. So the easiest solution for this is a quick shortcut. It's to put it into sports mode, and that will knock off the obstacle avoidance. Keep your hand flat, bring the stick down. As soon as it starts to land, go into the grip, and that's it. That's all there is to it. Keep your eye on the drone, keep it at arm's length, and once it starts to land, that's when you can move from a flat hand to the grip and you just catch it. It's as simple as that. It's so easy once you get the confidence in doing it. I'm just going to go and show you now the auto takeoff. As you can see on screen, all we need to do with this is hit the auto takeoff just there. Hold that until it goes green. Keep hold of the drone and just let it go. It's as simple as that. It's so simple. So that's the auto takeoff. I just showed you the manual takeoff. So we'll just do the hand catch once again. We'll bring it back down. It's now in normal mode. You put your hand out. Like I say, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to do anything because the obstacle avoidance is there. Unless you move your hand out of the way and it will land. Okay, let's do that again. As you can see, that's not landing. If I go up to catch it, comes down nice and smoothly into your hand. So there we go. That's hand catching and hand launching. It's a very simple process, and if you get used to it and you get confident and make sure that you get the orientation right when it's coming back to you, just whiz it round to the position it was in when it took off, and your sticks, you won't get confused with the sticks. So there we go, just a short video this week just about hand catching and hand launching your drone. So I hope you've got something useful out of the video. Like I say, most of you or some of you probably know how to do it, and they do it every day, all day long. I do this about 95% of the time. I'll hand catch and hand launch, unless I'm doing some precision landing where I use the landing mat. But it's a great feature, okay? If you found it useful, you got something out of it, as always, don't forget, give us the old thumbs up. And if you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. I'm sure you know me by now. And you might like to watch those couple of videos I've chosen for you over there. And if you do, I shall see you in those videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.